Alright, so we have Jerome Rivera versus Zhalgas Zhumagulov. So both these guys are in a little bit of a slump at the moment. Zhumagulov lost 2 in a row. Rivera lost 3 in a row. He's definitely getting cut if he does lose. And Zuma, he probably gets cut if he does lose, which is unfortunate because, you know, he's a good fighter. I thought he won the fight against Paiva, and he put up a decent fight against a legitimate prospect in Albazi. So, yeah. But Jerome Rivera, he does have a 6-inch height and a 6.5-inch reach advantage in this one. Let's see if he can use it. So I'll break down the strike into these two. So for Rivera, he comes in as a southpaw. He likes to throw a lot of naked strikes, a lot of, you know, techniques, just kind of flicks them out, kind of tapping buttons, you know what I mean? Like just singular strikes, just throws them out. Not too much structure behind it, in my opinion. That's just what it seems like. And for Zhalgas, he's able to fight in either stance. He likes to fight either southpaw, orthodox. Southpaw, you know, opens up a few techniques for him in this matchup. But yeah, so for Zhalgas, he likes to wait for his opponents to close distance and then he'll let his combinations off. And I think that's a good game plan against Rivera because Rivera, you know, he could just keep a distance and like use his length and throw jabs and kicks just to keep distance, but it's not really his style. He likes to be aggressive and likes to, you know, close distance, just throw combinations, throw singular strikes, and, you know, just kind of put hands on people. But for Zhalgas, he likes to, you know, wait for the opponent to come in. That kind of nullifies the reach advantage for Rivera. So I think it's a good game plan for Zuma to have in this fight. His favourite strikes is when, you know, his opponent does close distance. He'll look for the pull 2 or the counter 3. Likes to mix it up to the body as well. 2 to the body, 3 up top, or vice versa, like 3 to the body, 2 up top. But Zuma, you know, he doesn't check leg kicks on the feet, and Rivera, he does like to attack the lead leg of his opponent. Probably his favourite combination would be the 2 to the lead leg kick. So I think that could be a good weapon here against Zuma. Also, he likes teeps to the lead leg, also inside low kicks, but yeah, he likes to, you know, attack the lead leg. Most of them are slapping techniques, but that's just what he likes to attack with the point scoring leg kicks. And for Rivera, he does accept the back foot quite easily, and that could open up the takedowns for Zhumagulov, and Zhumagulov does have a nice driving double leg, angles off on it well. And Rivera, in the past, he's been a little too comfortable off his back, and he's not very defensively sound off his back either, so, you know, he's very aggressive off his back, but it does leave big openings for opponents for ground and pound and all that kind of stuff. How these guys win fights, so for Zuma, he's well-rounded. For Rivera, he's got a good frame for the division. How these guys lose fights is for Rivera, he's got poor takedown defense and the grappling tendencies that we discussed before. Also, his chin isn't great and he's very hittable as well. Path to victory for these two, so for Rivera, look for the inside low kicks, inside leg kicks, outside low kick when he does go southpaw. Just volume on the kicks, honestly, at distance. Mix in the wrestling, look to blitz him onto the fence and then shoot from there. Look to take the back in a scramble when he gives it to get back to his feet. So for Zhumagulov, look to crack him up top as he's coming in. You know, as he's closing the distance, I think you can hit him. It's quite hittable, quite open when he is closing distance. So work the body, you know, when he's in close. Mix in your wrestling as well, driving double, get on top, look for ground and pound. I mean, he's open for it. But also, you know, if the driving double doesn't work, get into the clinch and then, or if he initiates the clinch, look for the judo throw from there. How I see the fight going, so, you know, Zhalgas, he's a much better striker and he's much quicker too than Jerome Rivera. Zhalgas is a counter striker and I don't think that style's very effective at this weight class, honestly, because you're not making opponents pay too much on the feet. If you catch them with counters, like, that's great. If you have power, that's great. But a lot of people at this weight class don't have power, and when you go the counterpunch style, you're not really making opponents pay for it, and they just keep closing the distance, landing their shots at will, while you're just landing 1, maybe 2 shots. So a lot of the time, these counter strikers in the flyweight division, they just get out-volumed by the less technical striker, just because, you know, they just don't have the same power as the higher weight classes do. But, you know, as we said before, Rivera's stand-up, it's not very structured. If I had to describe it with a few words, I'd probably just say gangly activeness, for the most part. That seems to, you know, sum it up quite well, in my opinion. I think Zhumagulov, he should win, but I do see, you know, I can see Rivera snaking a very suspect split decision every now and then because of the volume of his leg kicks. Like, you know, he can trick you into thinking that it's quite a competitive fight when he's not doing too much damage, but he's just throwing an immense amount of activity and he's throwing a lot of output, you know. but I think he likely should probably get styled on here by Zhumagulov. He's a much better striker, he's much quicker. So yeah, I do think Zuma should win on the feet, but he also could take Rivera down and control him there. Prediction for this fight, I think Zhumagulov catches him with a huge shot and puts him down in either round 2 or 3. Alright, let's go have a look at the betting lines. Alright, so the prediction is Zhalgas Zhumagulov. By TKO round 3, I reckon he actually catches him and puts him out. But yeah, so the line, I think it might be... It's fair enough, you know, Zhalgas should be a huge favourite, but it's probably a little bit wide, you know. These guys are flyweights, and Jerome Rivera, he puts out a lot of volume. A lot of nothing volume, but, you know, it's a lot of volume, and we saw last week with Jaime Barcelos and Timur Valiev, like Barcelos obviously did more damage and did, you know, was landing the more meaningful shots, but, you know, Valiev, he was just being more active with, you know, these kicks and stuff, you know. It's just, if you know how to win rounds, like, I think Rivera does have a path to victory with just insane volume. But yeah, I think anything above, like, well, at this price, definitely, like, he deserves a tiny poke. Anything over plus 280 or $3.80, I think that's fair enough. Oh my god, Rivera by decision at $9.35. That's quite wild. That is quite wild. But yeah. Yeah. Zuma should win, but wow, that is crazy.